Hello everyone! Thank you so much for joining me today to hear all about our most popular multi-generational and family summer vacation packages. I want to go ahead and introduce myself. I am Jackie Malecki and I will be your webinar presenter today. And I am excited because at the end I'll be announcing our $100 Amtrak Vacations gift certificate winner as one lucky attendee today will receive. But stay tuned because at the end I'll also be announcing some exclusive discounts just for all of you for taking the time and joining me today. So with that, let's get right to it. So why should you travel with Amtrak Vacations? Well, first of all, it's a bucket list experience to travel by train. You're going to see some beautiful sights and parts of the country you would never experience by flying or driving. There's room to roam on board the train. You're not stuck in your seat like you are in a car or on an airplane. You can get up, walk around, stretch your legs. It's less hassle when you travel with us because we make sure to take care of everything for you. We're booking not just your train, but also your hotel accommodations and the sightseeing that you're going to want to do in the destinations you're traveling to. The train offers city-to-city service. What I mean by this is the train will pick you up right in the heart of one city and bring you right to the next, right to downtown city center. You can satisfy your hunger on the train. And on the long-distance trains, there's a dining car with a chef that's preparing the meals. There's also a snack car on all the trains if you just want to grab a quick bite. And we have lots of flexibility with our packages. We can customize anything to make the perfect vacation for you and your family. So where can you travel with Amtrak Vacations? Well, I always love showing this map, the Amtrak route system, because a lot of people don't realize the extent that Amtrak travels to and all the possibilities that you have for your next trip. Amtrak travels to 46 of the 48 continuous states. The only two it does not go to are South Dakota and Wyoming. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind while I go through some of these packages in just a minute is how you can get to the start of it and home at the end. We can add the train from any of the 500 Amtrak stations, so we can add the train right from your local station, taking you to the starting point of your vacation package. You can train from city to city, and then we can add that train taking you back home. But you also have the option to fly. So if you live in the West Coast and you want to do an East Coast trip, maybe you want to fly into New York, train down to DC area, and fly home from there, you can certainly do so. Again, lots of possibilities for you. And a few great things about traveling on Amtrak is there is no middle seats. You don't have to worry about being squished in there between two strangers. There's also no security lines at the Amtrak stations. There's no TSA there, so you don't have to worry about trying to get there 2 hours early. Trying to debate how long you're going to have to wait there in line. And there's no need to worry about being stuck in traffic while you're there on the train. You can just get up, relax, and just enjoy the journey. Let someone else do the driving for you. Now, we have a lot of different types of products, so just kind of want to run through the different ones, and then I'll show you a few examples. We have our independent rail journeys. Those are our multi-city trips where you're taking the train to go from city to city there, and we're including the hotels and all your sightseeing tours for you. We have our family adventures, which is great for multi-generational travelers, for the kids that are going with the families there. Amazing pricing for those kids. Lots of family-friendly activities. We have our rail and sail program. So if you want to do an Alaska cruise, you don't just have to fly to Seattle. Why not take a nice leisurely train ride out there? We have our rail getaways, which are single city trips. We add the Amtrak train from your hometown taking you out there. And we have all of our packages going to the beautiful national parks. So how do you book one of our vacations? There's a couple different ways. You can give us a call at 1-800 Amtrak too. You can book online at amtrakvacations.com, and you can also reach out to your local travel agent. Now let's jump right to some of our most popular packages that we have. We have our Glacier National Park Express trip. Glacier National Park is over 1 million acres of absolutely beautiful, pristine landscapes there. Now, I do want to take a second and explain this map that you're seeing here. You will see it throughout the presentation on our website. It starts with 2 nights hotel accommodations there in Chicago. Then you're going to take the train over to Glacier National Park. That red arrow with the 1, that means it's an overnight on the train. So you are sleeping on the train. And a little bit later in this presentation, I'll go through the different onboard accommodations to give you an idea of what your options are. Then it's 3 nights in Glacier National Park, and overnight on the train to Seattle for 2 nights. So while you're there in Chicago, again, we include those hotel accommodations for you, but also your sightseeing. So we have a great architecture cruise of the Chicago River, and on that, you'll learn all about Chicago's rise from the Great Fire of 1871 to how it became home of the skyscraper and modern architecture. You also have some free time to explore the city. You can see the Willis Tower there, just towering over all those buildings. You can go up to the top to the sky deck for absolutely amazing views there. Then you're going to hop on the train and take the famous Empire Builder route over to Glacier National Park. And there's no easier way to get to Glacier than by train. And I say this because where the Amtrak station is in Glacier, you'll step off the train. It's just 208 steps to the front lobby of the Glacier Park Lodge where we have you staying. And while you're there, we include all the sightseeing for you. So we'll do the Big Sky Circle Tour. It's a full day tour, the most inclusive one offered of the park. So on that, you'll travel out to Goat Lick for some wildlife viewing. You'll go to Lake McDonald, which is the largest lake in the park. And you have some free time there during lunch, so you can enjoy a picnic lunch outside if you'd like. You can also travel along the famous Going to the Sun Road. And we also include the Two Medicine Valley boat cruise, because Two Medicine Lake is like a hidden gem in Glacier National Park. And then from there, you'll continue on the train, heading over to Seattle. And there we have the hop-on, hop-off tour included for you. So that's going to take you all around the city to all the top attractions. So you can see Seattle's waterfront. You can hop off at Pike's Place Market, which is home to the first Starbucks, which was opened in 1971. You can also hop off that tour bus there at the Space Needle, where we do include admission taking you up to the top there, where you'll have amazing views of downtown Seattle, the harbor there, even Mount Rainier off at a distance. And then right by the base of the Space Needle is the Chihuly Garden and Glass Museum, which you have admission to as well. And it has those beautiful glass-blown sculptures that have all been made into a garden there. And that there is our Glacier National Park Express trip. 10 days starting in Chicago, heading over to Glacier National Park, and then ending in Seattle. So once it ends there in Seattle, again, we can add the train, taking you right back home, or you have the option to fly home from there. Now, Glacier National Park, it is seasonal. It's only open from mid-June to early mid-September, so it does sell out very fast. So if you are interested in traveling to Glacier National Park this summer, give us a call right away while we still have some availability. Now, another great option is our Rails to the Grand Canyon package. This one here is extremely popular with all of our California travelers. And it's going to leave Los Angeles at night, and you'll have an overnight on board the train there. So when you wake up early in the morning, you will be in Williams, Arizona. There you're going to be transferred to the Grand Canyon Railway Hotel. We're going to have the full Grand Canyon Railway experience. What I mean by that is once you're there outside, they're going to do a Wild West shootout show. And then you're going to board the Grand Canyon Railway, which travels through the beautiful Ponderosa Pine Forest and brings you right to the south rim of the Grand Canyon. When you get there, we're going to have a tour for you all around the canyon's edge to some of the best scenic overlooks. You'll have lunch included there, and the rest of the afternoon is at your leisure. We include 2 nights for you, staying right at the south rim there. So the second day is a free day. So if you want to do some hiking with the kids, with the family there, you can certainly do so. Maybe pack a picnic lunch. And the next afternoon, that's when you'll take the Grand Canyon Railway back down to Williams. And while you're taking that route back down, they do a mock robbery of the train. So they'll actually stop it. You'll see the cowboys on their horses coming up. It's a really fun experience. The kids always love that. But while you're in Williams, you can enjoy dinner there. Check out downtown Williams. It's an old Route 66 town. And then at night, you're going to board Amtrak, taking you back to Los Angeles in the morning. And that there is our 5-day Rails to the Grand Canyon package, starting in Los Angeles, heading over to Williams, seeing the Grand Canyon, and then ending in Los Angeles. Now, if you are traveling from maybe the Bay Area or from San Diego, anything like that, just let us know. We'll add that train portion on for you so you can start right from your hometown. Another great option is our New York City and Washington, D.C. package. Has 2 of our top cities, and this one, it's both fun and educational for the kids and the whole family. Because D.C., it's really like a walking outdoor museum with the National Mall there and all the monuments. But we'll have you starting in New York City, and there we include the City Pass. What that is it gets you admission to all the top attractions in New York. So you'll have admission to the Empire State Building observation deck there for amazing views of New York. You can check out the American Museum of Natural History. You can go to the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island, or do a sightseeing cruise through Manhattan, and it includes so much more. We also include a hop-on, hop-off sightseeing tour that will take you to all of those places included in your City Pass. But this way you can also check out Central Park, Fifth Avenue. If you want to do some shopping, you can go to Rockefeller Center. And then we'll have you taking the train right from Penn Station, so right in the heart of Manhattan, just a few blocks from Times Square. So it's very easy to get to, and it's going to take you right to downtown Washington, D.C. And there we include that hop-on, hop-off sightseeing tour. We also include the choice of admission to either the International Spy Museum, which is actually the only public museum in the U.S. which is dedicated to espionage. They have all different exhibits talking about the strategies and techniques about spying. Some of them are interactive, so kids always love that. The other great option is the Newseum, which was a Traveler's Choice Top 25 museum in the U.S. And in that one, you'll learn all about the evolution of technology and how it relates to the media. And that there is our New York City and Washington, D.C. 5-day package. We also have our Canadian Rockies Adventure. This one here, it features the Canadian route on Via Rail. They're going to leave Vancouver at night. So you'll do an overnight on the train there. Then when you wake up the next morning, you can have breakfast there on Via Rail. And then the train's going to start winding through the beautiful Canadian Rockies, taking you to Jasper. When you're in Jasper, we include a full day tour right through the heart of the Rockies. So you'll travel down the Icefields Parkway, and you'll make a stop at the Glacier Discovery Center there. And there you can go on to the Glacier Skywalk. And that, it has a glass floor, glass walls, and it juts out over the Sinwapta Valley. So you have amazing views of the mountains, the waterfalls there, some of the glaciers at a distance. But what's a really cool highlight of this tour, and my favorite part, is you actually get aboard this specially designed Ice Explorer vehicle which will take you onto Athabasca Glacier. So you actually get to go on one of the glaciers. You can even drink some of that fresh glacial water if you choose. And then from Jasper there, we have you taking Via Rail back over to Vancouver. And on that road again, winding through the Rockies, traveling to places that no cars can go. And you're also going to pass by Mount Robson, which is the tallest mountain there in the Canadian Rockies. And that's our Canadian Rockies Adventure 5-day package. Now in this one here, you may have noticed there are no overnights in Vancouver. The hotel is not included there. If you're taking the train from Chicago, San Francisco, and you want to spend some time in Vancouver, no worries. Just let us know or let your travel agent know. We can certainly add those hotel accommodations on for you. If you're looking for just a weekend getaway, we have our Chicago Ultimate Getaway. Now Chicago, it's a main hub for Amtrak, so it makes it really easy for just about everyone to get to by train. This package here is 3 nights in Chicago. We have all your inclusions for you. So we have the Chicago City Pass. That gets you admission to the Sky Deck, which is that observation floor on the top of the Willis Tower. But the great thing is with the City Pass, you actually get Fast Pass admission to it. The last time I was there, it was a few months ago, the line to go to the Sky Deck was about an hour and a half long, but with that Fast Pass, you get to bypass it. So really great highlight of that, so you can maximize your sightseeing time while you're in Chicago. But you also get admission to the Shed Aquarium, the Field Museum, which is the natural history museum there, and it actually has the largest and most complete Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's actually 40 feet long, and it's 67 million years old. But you can also go check out the Alder Planetarium and so much more to choose from. We do include that hop-on, hop-off sightseeing tour. Again, we'll get you all around Chicago there. So you can also check out Millennium Park, see the famous bean there. You can go to Grant Park, see the beautiful Buckingham Fountain. You can also take it to Navy Pier, home to the first Ferris wheel, which actually debuted in 1893 at the Columbia World's Fair. Another great option for a family vacation is our Orlando Family Adventure. Now this package here, it features the Auto Train. Now some of you may be wondering, what's the Auto Train? How does that differ? So with the Auto Train in this package here, it's going to leave right from Lorton, Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. And what you do is you can pack up the car with everything you're going to want on your vacation. So if the kids want to bring all their toys, you don't want to pack light, no worries. Put it all in the car there, because when you get on the train, so does your car. So this way, when you get down to Sanford, Florida, just outside of Orlando, you'll get off the train nice and refreshed because you just had a good night's sleep. You didn't have to do any of that driving there, and you have your car. So you don't have to worry about paying for a car rental or you forgot something at home. It's all there for you. So we have you staying in Orlando for 3 nights, and we include a 2-day Walt Disney World admission ticket. So you can check out Epcot, Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, or Hollywood Studios. We also include a day pass to go to Universal Studios. And I mentioned we have amazing pricing for children on the family adventures. And with this one here at the hotel, kids actually eat free too. We have our river walk to the French Quarter package, so traveling from San Antonio over to New Orleans. In San Antonio, we include a city tour for you, so you can see the Alamo and learn all about the city's history and its mix of Texan, Latino, and Native American cultures. We also include a riverboat cruise for you. And during your free time, you can take a stroll along the river walk, which is lined with restaurants and shops. Then you'll take the train and head over to New Orleans, where your city tour will take you out to the French Quarter, historic Jackson Square, to some of the cemeteries known as the Cities of the Dead. You also see the longest bridge over water in the world, the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. And New Orleans is the birthplace of jazz, so no trip to New Orleans would be complete without a jazz dinner at the famous Court of Two Sisters. And that is our river walk to the French Quarter, 7-day package from San Antonio to New Orleans. 2 destinations that are just rich with history and culture. We also have our Niagara Falls family adventure. Niagara Falls is actually made up of 3 falls: the American Falls, Bridal Veil Falls, and the Horseshoe Falls, also referred to as the Canadian Falls a lot. And it's actually the largest one too. And it dumps 600,000 gallons of water a second. Included for you in this package here is an attraction pass. And that gets you admission to everything that you're going to want to do in Niagara Falls, pretty much. So it includes the journey behind the falls. You can go into those caves there. It also includes a Niagara cruise. So shown here, you can get real close to the falls there. They'll give you those ponchos, but you can feel that mist, hear that roaring thunder for the falls coming down. You also have the WeGo bus pass, so that'll get you all around the Niagara Falls area. We also include admission to the Skylon Tower. So if you want, you can go up there and do it at night because the falls are illuminated every night. So beautiful colors. And during the week, they do a fireworks show over the falls too. We have you staying at the Sheraton. And that hotel there has an indoor water park. And it's 125,000 square feet. So your kids will definitely love this. And the last package that I want to talk about and highlight today is our America's National Parks trip. This one here, it features 4 of our beautiful national parks. You can see it starts in Denver. Again, you have the option to train from your hometown, or you can fly into Denver, right to the Mile High City. And there we'll take you out on a full-day tour to the beautiful Rocky Mountain National Park. Then you'll travel on the California Zephyr, one of my favorite train routes, because it winds through the Colorado Rockies, cuts through them in some of the tunnels there. Again, travels to places that cars don't go. Some really amazing scenery. And it's going to take you right to Grand Junction. And there we include a full-day tour, taking you out to Arches and Canyonlands National Parks. Then from Grand Junction, you'll continue on the train over to Salt Lake City. We'll have you spending the night there before transferring you up to West Yellowstone. And Yellowstone, it really is a geological treasure with all of its hot springs, geysers, and waterfalls there. We include a full-day tour of the park, so you'll see the most famous geyser of them all, Old Faithful. You'll also see a lot of wildlife. It's not uncommon to see some bison there roaming through the park. And then we'll transfer you back down to Salt Lake City, where we can either add the train taking you back home, or you can take a quick flight home. And that's our America's National Parks trip, highlighting Rocky Mountain National Park, Arches and Canyonlands National Parks, and Yellowstone. Now, I know I talked a lot about the train, mentioned the different accommodations for the overnights that you have. So I do want to take a few minutes and kind of explain what it's like on Amtrak and what those options are for you. We have coach accommodations. It's not like coach on the airlines at all. It's 2 and 2, very comfortable. You can see from this picture here, lots of leg room to stretch out. The seats, they do recline back at a 45-degree angle. And on the long-distance trains, too, most of them have a leg rest that comes up. So it is comfortable if you're traveling on a budget and you want to do an overnight in coach. Certainly doable. In my opinion, though, I highly recommend upgrading to one of the sleeping accommodations because that way you really get the full Amtrak experience. The most popular one is the roomette. So you get your own private cabin there. And it's 2 seats during the day that face each other. That table comes out if you want to play cards there. And then at night, those 2 seats fold down to make the lower bunk. And above their heads is an upper bunk that comes down. At the end of the train car is a private but shared bathroom and shower, and that's exclusively for people with roomette accommodations. The other option is the deluxe bedroom. It's a little bit larger there. The biggest difference is the bedroom has its own private bathroom and shower right in that room. Here's just a few more pictures of what those sleeping accommodations are like on the train. It really is great because you get to spend some quality time with the kids, with the family. I'm sure you've all seen you get in the car to do a road trip somewhere, or you're flying. The first thing everyone does is they sit down and they put on their headphones. No one's really chatting with each other. It's a very different experience on the train. I always recommend maybe bring a deck of cards or some games too for the kids. There's some common areas like the observation cars or the snack cars. They have some nice big tables, so the whole family can also hang out there. Again, you're not stuck in your seat the whole time you're on the train. You're encouraged to get up, walk around. That's part of the train experience. There's also the dining car on the train, and the great thing about upgrading to one of the sleepers is all the meals are included in the dining car there. If you are traveling in coach, you can still go to the dining car and just purchase your meals on board. The food, it really is great, and they have quite a variety to choose from. For breakfast, they have things like omelets, pancakes, even a simple continental option if you choose. For lunch, they have salads, burgers, sandwiches. For dinner, they have steak, chicken, salmon, pasta, and they have some great desserts too, like their cheesecake and tiramisu. Now again, that was just kind of a quick highlight today of what it's like on the train and just some of our most popular multi-generational and family vacations that we have. But to check out all of our destinations and packages, you can go to amtrakvacations.com. We have over 300 packages for you to choose from, but keep in mind, everything that we do can be customized. So how do you book one of our trips? Again, give us a call, 1-800-AMTRAK2. That's 1-800-268-7252. You can book online at amtrakvacations.com or reach out to your local travel agent who will also be able to help you with customizing anything. Now we have some great discounts on the Amtrak rail portion of your trip. We have one for AAA members. There's a great one for seniors, so anyone 62 or older gets a 15% discount. It's one for active military and their families. And children are ages 2 to 12 on Amtrak. They receive 50% off the adult rail fare on Amtrak there. But the discount that I'm really excited to tell you all about today is an exclusive one just for all of you for taking the time and joining me today. So if you upgrade to a sleeping accommodation on any of our rail packages, we'll give you $100 off per couple. So that's $50 off per person. Don't wait to book because this offer is only good until May 10th. And that promo code is webinar MGS V0426. So I'll leave this here for a second if you all want to jot that down. Again, this way you can save $100 if you upgrade to one of the sleeping accommodations on the train there. Now I do have a handout too, which you'll find right on the right-hand side of your screen. If you click and download that, it does have some of the packages that I talked about today. It also has the details of that promo. And I also want to open it up now to any questions that you have. Please feel free to type them into your questions box there. We do have some time, so I can certainly get to those questions there. We do have a lot of people attending today, so if by some chance I don't get a chance to answer your question, I apologize, but definitely give us a call and this way any one of our agents will be able to help you out and answer those questions. Now, before I get to those though, I do want to make sure I announce our lucky $100 Amtrak Vacations gift certificate winner, and that winner is Linda Penny. So congratulations, Linda. You now have $100 to put towards your next Amtrak Vacations trip. So keep an eye out for your email. We'll be sending that over to you. But great question. Let's go ahead and get to some of those questions there. We have a question from Barbara. So I'm in London, Ontario. Could I travel from here to, say, Chicago? How would that work? So Barbara, yes, we can definitely take care of a package sending you over to Chicago. So if you want some more information on specific routing and times, please go ahead, give us a call, and this way we can put something together for you. We can book both Amtrak and Via Rail in Canada, so we can certainly help you out with that. We have a question from Majida. Is the transportation from the train station to the hotel included on the independent journey package? So great question. For most of our packages, no, the transfer is not included. And the reason why is because the trains are all city center, downtown, and that's exactly where our hotels are. So in most cases, it's just a few blocks in the cities or a couple miles at most. So this is why we don't include it. So for example, if you're traveling to New York City, you go to Penn Station, just a few blocks from Times Square where most of our hotels are. So the best thing to do is just hop in a real quick cab and take that right over to your hotel. In some cases, we do include the transportation to the hotel. So the Grand Canyon package that I mentioned, that one, it will take you right to the Grand Canyon Railway Hotel there, so you don't need to worry about any transportation there. So certainly if there's a specific package that you're looking at, if you have any questions on that further, please reach out to us. We have a question from Linda. When you say starts at $6.49, does that mean you can upgrade hotels or a spot on the train? Yes, that's exactly what that means. So that base price there, the starting from price, includes the hotels, all your sightseeing, and coach accommodations on the train. So we have a wide variety of hotels to choose from moderate, more deluxe, 4, 5-star properties. So we include the moderate hotels in that price there, which are our most popular ones that we use too. Again, still great locations, city center, very good hotels, properties that we use. If it's an overnight on the train, you can certainly upgrade to one of the sleepers, whether it's a roomette or a bedroom. We have a question from Kathy. I assume you have to have a passport for any of the Canadian packages. That is correct, Kathy. For any of our Canada packages, you will need a passport. And the package for Niagara Falls, that is on the Canadian side, so you will need a passport for that one too. We have a question from Linda. Adult costs the same as kids? No, the adult cost is not the same as the kids. We have some great pricing for children. Remember, on Amtrak, children receive a 50% discount there. For a lot of the services, too, they have kid pricing. So definitely give us a call if you're looking to take the kids and the family with you. We'll go ahead, we will price that out and give you an accurate kid rate there. We have a question from Susan. If we want to increase the Orlando Family Adventure to 4 nights with the 2-day Park Hopper Universal Studios, may that be done? Yes, we can certainly take care of that for you. If you want to spend more time, 4, 5, 6 nights, no worries. We can add that on. It also included the 2-day Disney World pass. If you want to spend more time, do 3 days, 4 days at the park, again, we can certainly add that on for you too. Everything that we do can 100% be customized. Does New Orleans leave from the Bay Area? So, great question, Linda. Yes, if you want to travel to New Orleans and you live in the Bay Area, we can certainly do that for you. The way the routing is going to go, there's actually a couple different ways you can go. You can either take the train from the Bay Area, from San Francisco, go down to Los Angeles, and then head over to New Orleans. You also have the option to go from San Francisco, travel on that California Zephyr route, which is the one that goes through the Colorado Rockies, to Chicago, and then from Chicago, take the train down to New Orleans. So if you want to do a round trip package, I recommend doing both routes. You can get a whole loop. You'll see some of the most beautiful parts of the country. We have a question from Paula. Does the National Park Tour go to Bryce and Zion National Parks too? The America's National Parks trip I talked about does not do Bryce and Zion National Park. It does Rocky Mountain National Park, Arches and Canyonlands, and Yellowstone. We have a question from Shirley. How far in advance do you have to book? Great question. We have our packages available right now to the end of March 2018. Depending on where you want to go, we have people booking that far in advance, especially for things like the national parks. If you want to travel to the Grand Canyon, if you want to do Glacier National Park, we have people booking that very far in advance. If you also want to just do a last minute trip, let's say you want to go to New York City next weekend from DC area, no problem. We can also do a last minute booking for you too. But again, I highly recommend booking in advance because that's when you're going to get the best pricing. That's when you can take advantage of these promos that we have, and you can take advantage of the great prices on Amtrak, because as you get closer to the departure date, the prices, they do go up there. Let's see, lots of great questions coming in. We have one from Nancy. What is the code again, please? So, yep, let me go ahead. Let's see, I can pull up that promo code for you. So I will leave that right here for anyone else that maybe missed that promo code. Again, please feel free to jot that down so you can take advantage of these savings. We have a question from Linda. Please repeat the meals offer if staying in a roomette. Was that free meals in the dining car if booking a roomette? So yes, Linda, that is correct. If you book the roomette or the bedroom, the meals are included in the dining car. So depending when you get on and off the train will depend how many meals are included. But if you're on the train during lunch, dinner, and breakfast the next day, during those times, all those meals will be included for you. So it really is a great value to upgrade from coach to one of the sleepers. So plus keep in mind, you're getting all your meals. You'll now have a comfortable night's sleep, your own bed, your own private cabin there. And if you book now, you can take advantage of some of the savings that we have too. We have a question from Elise. Is there a vacation from Seattle to the East Coast? How many days and what is the cost? So Elise, yes, we do have a few different packages doing cross-country. We can also customize anything for you. So I wouldn't be able to give you a price cost just because it depends if you want to do coach, the roomette, the bedroom, how many places you would like to stop at. But we can certainly do that for you. Any of the packages I talked about today too, they can be done in reverse. So if you're looking at we'll take for example our Glacier National Park Express trip. I mentioned it starts in Chicago. Well, if you prefer to start in Seattle, no problem. Just let us know, let your travel agent know, and we can book it from Seattle, taking the train over to Glacier, and then ending in Chicago. Or if you want to keep going east, we can add the train and take you over to New York City or DC there. We have a question, let's see. A lot of great questions coming in. We have a question from Kathy. What happens if you have to cancel your trip? So we do understand that things may come up, happen last minute, you may have to cancel. We have a travel protection option. We offer it on all of our packages, and this way you can get a full refund minus the cost of the trip protection there. So This way you don't have to worry about losing anything, cancellation policies, anything like that. So our agents will certainly offer that to you. We have a question from Angela. Is there a minimum age for participants of rail journeys? Also, I couldn't find Amtrak policies on children unaccompanied by their parents. We wanted to bring the nieces and nephews, and we're flying in from Asia. Thanks. So, Angela, great questions there. So, no, there's no minimum age for participants on these journeys. We have people traveling with infants sometimes. They're just a couple months old. Anyone 0 to 2, they're free to travel on Amtrak. We do see a lot with people bringing their nieces and nephews or grandparents bringing their grandchildren there. So no worries about that there. We can certainly help you out. For more details and information, just give us a call and our agents will be able to help you out. But again, no minimum age. Everyone is welcome to enjoy Amtrak and the beauty of our country by rail. So it looks like that's all we have time for today. So again, I apologize if I didn't get a chance to get to your question there, but please do give us a call. Again, any one of our agents can help you out or your local travel agent. So thank you so much, everyone. Hope you all have a wonderful day.